Lights. Camera. What is happening? And action. Let's cue the music. Holy cow, am I getting attacked from above? That is something else. Way to click into the stream. Welcome, my friends. Welcome to this week's Honey Lodge. If we haven't met before, my name is Jack C. Beard. I'm just some guy with a beard and guns that gets to come and hang out with fellow digital hunters like yourself. Everything good? Everything's looking as good as she's gonna get. As you can see, this week we are on Layton Lakes. It's been a long time. It feels good to come home. Holy man. Talk about showing up as the gang flies in. Hey, oh wow. That's something else. I'm sorry. But those guys, oh man, they get loud. They certainly do. It's a bird strike, that's for sure. Oh, welcome, chat. Good to see you all this week. I hope everybody had a fantastic weekend. Here in old Canadian land, it was Thanksgiving. I ate so much. I'm still near in a food coma. It's just crazy. We didn't do the traditional turkey this year. I'm the only one left in my family that enjoys a turkey. The rest of the family wants other things. So we had steak one night, and then we had a funky chicken dish I made the next night. So it was pretty good, but ate a lot. So happy belated Thanksgiving if you're in Canada. It's the fake one, as a lot of my American friends are telling me right now. Nonetheless, here we are, Layton Lakes. We're going to wrap up our meese hunt. We didn't go to Medved. It's the only place we didn't go, and Medved's actually pretty good for a moose hunt. But we did start on Yukon. We worked from Yukon, went to Reventouli. Arguably, I'd say right now, Reventouli is probably my favorite. Oh, sorry, we went Yukon, NEM, New England Mountains, then Reventouli. Yeah, I think Reventouli is probably my favorite right now, just with the layout. It's tough because Layton holds a lot of nostalgia for me. It's very similar to areas I hunt IRL, like extremely similar. It's kind of uncanny. Pacific Northwest, it's a thing. So here we are. We're going to wander around. We're going to take a look and see what we have. If we come across anything good, we'll definitely plunk it. But, you know, the thing with Layton Lakes, for me, it's still set up in more of a traditional hunt, or at least that's how I have it set up. I've got my tents placed in a way that I start at a certain time, and I wander and have a little fun, try and surprise myself with what steps out of the woods. So we're going to get after that. We're going to talk all things the hunter today. Little update. I told you guys the last stream that there would be a hiatus. That hasn't changed, as I am still going to Sweden, but we've adjusted our dates. It just worked better to go a week later. So that's kind of where we're at on that one. I'll keep you guys updated, but as it stands, we should be live here next Tuesday. All should be well. And then it would be the following week. If I've got it, all my I's dotted and T's crossed, then that's when we'll be there. So keep your eyes peeled. We'll keep you notified nonetheless. Oh, hello everybody. What are you guys? Chat's going off over here on YouTube. Try it. I'm already getting buried in things. Good to see you guys too, man. New reserve. I don't know. We're on Layton Lakes right now. We're on Layton. Can we get another African map? Possibly. All right. So let's get going. We're going to start here at the bottom of the map. We'll take a little wander down here. Really, it's a great spot for meese up in Renaki if we want to head up there. We'll maybe take a walk up for those of you that have been around my channel for a while. Old Diamond Alley. It's not full of diamonds anymore. Long gone are those days. But still a great spot up here by Wilpeg, and we might head on over up this side of the river. We'll see how it goes. And we'll try and get through any questions you guys want to throw our way. I'll do my best not to miss anything. What's that, Sweden? It's a beautiful place and time. Very akin to Sweden. Sweden, something big is coming. I make a trip out there once to twice a year. And typically we try to align with things that are going on with the team and stuff. So, we have some fun stuff we're cooking up. Quick question, any idea on the next bug fixes? There's a lot. There is always a lot in the works. Our QA team, I mean, they don't stop. They're trying to knock off. Some of the more notorious ones I know are getting a really big focus right now, like the ARC achievement over on Quatricolinas. That's been a real pain. We're still struggling a little bit with the sound bug, the bush bug that was around for a while. It's greatly improved. I think everybody will agree on that, but it is still happening in places. And what I would ask, if it is happening to you, we need coordinates. Okay, it happens when we go through certain areas and then it persists for a period of time. But targeting those areas is how we fix the other ones. So there are a couple threads going in Discord. If you do come across some, just jot down those coordinates. It helps us an awful lot. We'll try and keep plunking at that one. There's actually a lot of things on the go. There's always a big focus on missions. They can be very temperamental at times, but all in all, I think that there's going to be a yeah. I don't have the patch notes yet, but I know what I work with the QA team, and yeah, there's quite a few upcoming for the stuff that might be happening in the not too distant future. I don't know. I really don't know what that could be. I totally know what that could be, but I'm not allowed to talk about it yet because I like my job. Yep. So, but we'll get there. We'll get there. Let's get strolling. When you go on your trip, do you get to hunt out there? John, I've been trying really hard. So my buddy, TK, Tree Kiwi, I generally get to see him. If the stars align when I'm there, I generally get to go hang out with him. We keep talking. He threatens me with a good time. We're going to get for a hunt eventually. When I go to Sweden, normally there's a lot of things and a lot of meeting with a lot of the team. I actually get to sit face to face with a lot of our team, which is, I'll tell you, there's no substitute for face-to-face. Modern technology, it allows me to work remote from the other side of the globe, and I'm very thankful for that. But yeah, we load things up when I get there, so it's always a whirlwind of activity. It's never long enough. I could literally go for a month, and I'd still be leaving with a tear in my bearded eye. Don't worry, my eye's not actually bearded. But it's always hard to leave the team. Pixinizo's disappearing. So there was, I saw that was a bit of an issue with the release of Sundar Patan. And I think it got a little better in the last update, but that's something I'll have to follow up on myself to get a little more info on it. I haven't really had it happening to myself, so it wasn't really on my radar, but I'm also not Q&A. I just try to help where I can and take some of the stuff that I hear from the community to our team. What I would say, for sure, if you are experiencing any problems, please submit a ticket. We always like folks to get into our Discord and to give us any information they can there to see if others are able to chime in. And ideally, it's a big ploy to get you to submit a ticket so that we're able to make headway on these things. A lot of the times, the fixes they come from things that are identified from the community. I mean, that's like that with any game, but we try to be a little more interactive with our players to find out, get the stuff firsthand. It's tough though. Bug fixes, they're always cracking things. Wow, nature, how do you really feel? Yeah, beaver's dropping 10. So other than the odd time it'll happen with an update because we might make changes to the area where you may have had a tent done. But if it's happening in game, it's often location due to high traffic, right? There's lots of animals, like the game simulates animals moving through certain areas when you're not there. If a tent's in the way, it'll be removed. So keep that in mind. Try to set your tents back from like real busy areas or like any big game trails you find. This guy, like, he's just asking for it over there. He's just a tiny little 3. I don't want to shoot that. That other one, that one's not bad. That one's not bad. He's not bad at all. But I'm going to keep walking because over here, it's sparse now until I get around. Oh, hello. Hey, ma'am. Don't mind me just strolling on through here today with a rifle on my back. Oh, I should have changed my ghillie suit. Well, it's not too bad. It kind of works here. Would the devs ever consider making spotting with binos more precise? How so? What do you mean more precise? Give me an example there, my friend. You think squirrels will ever be added to the game? You know what, Logan? I'll tell you, at one point in time, I was, very much the guy. I didn't care for small game. I don't hunt small game. Well, I mean, I hunt grouse and rabbits. They're kind of like our fillers when we're out hunting. But squirrels were always just kind of like Mother Nature's alarm, really annoyed me. And I was never really on board with it. I am fully on board with it now. The community has changed my mind. When the topic of squirrel hunting's come up in and amongst our folks when I'm chatting with them, and just some of the hunts they've talked to me about, and just some of the stories I've heard, I think they'd be a good addition. I really do. It would be different, and I don't know what the hunt would feel like. It's not like you're going to go out and, set tripods for squirrels. I think there would be a lot of adjustments. I don't think a squirrel should lay down the same hunting pressure, et cetera, et cetera. Lots of little things we can pick about. But I do think it'd be a nice addition to the game. Could it come to the game? It absolutely could come to the game in the right setting. I mean, obviously, if we added squirrels, you could backfill them on any map. But would you want them on every map would be the question, right? Hello, ma'am. Thank you for the zone, but you can kindly get moving along here. Don't want to get run over by a cow. That happens. But yeah, good question, Logan. I think honestly, at this point in time, I think that would be a fun addition to the game, and I think our players would find ways to do great things with squirrels. More precise, spotting what is directly centered in the view rather than spotting the animal beside the center pixel. I mean, as is right now, I'll let this guy unblue on me. A lot of that, I think, it has to do with your perk, your spotting, or skill, I should say. So, like, I'm out here, you'll notice it grabs it when I get in on the reticle. When I get in, so you want it when it hits dead on. Is that what you're saying? So you don't want other animals to light up in and around it? I would suggest making that a post in the forums and give us some detail as to, but also not just like how it would work, but why make the change is what we would have to really have a case for it. You know what I mean? Because as is right now, forgive me, and I'm not disagreeing with you, but if it ain't broken, don't fix it kind of thing. There's other things to put the time and energies into. If there's a reason why that could be something that the community would really appreciate, there's always a case to argue, right? And devs are very open to these ideas, especially because that would be like a quality of life thing, right? There's obviously a reason behind that. So yeah, jump into Discord, let us know. Jackson B from Canada, it has to be expensive for the license to hunt in Sweden. Tags I can see being cheaper, but the license would be the biggest cost besides travel. It's funny. So like I've looked into it a bit. As long as I have a hunting license, I can hunt over there, and I have to buy the permits to hunt the animals. And as long as I'm with somebody, like I know in certain scenarios, like it's harder to go on a moose hunt. I know if you live there, you're supposed to be part of a club. So I don't know how, hunting a moose would go. Obviously, I'd be after red deer. If I get the opportunity, red deer, man, I just need, like, I'll settle with a level 6, okay? Just give me something in my sights. But it doesn't seem too bad, to be honest. I obviously have more research to do, so I'll take your word on it there. But yeah, the travel and everything, it would definitely be a thing. Fortunately, work covers that for me. It's, if TK and I manage to get it together, and one time we head over to Finland or we head to Turkey, I know he likes to go to Africa a lot too. That's a dream hunt for me. Yeah. We're I'm theorizing my my hopes and my wishes. The caps. Do you ever think we'll ever see an 8mm Mauser K98 to go with the? We might. It's a popular rifle. Wasn't one that I knew a lot about, but I've actually had a lot of folks request that to me personally. So I spent some time getting to know it and checking out, a little bit about it online. Haven't fired one yet myself, though. Jaxie Angler Hunter, which is your favorite? That's unfair. That's unfair. The Hunter is my all-time favorite game. I'm a very passionate hunter. I do fish and I enjoy the Angler a lot. I miss the Angler. I don't get to do much with it for work these days. But yeah. If I had to pick one, for me, it would definitely be the Hunter. Home is where the heart is, and hunting for me is the pinnacle. If I could choose anything to do at any point in time, it'll always start with hunting and work its way down. Tiger Hub with a new update made me not play the game anymore. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Silent Man. That's unfortunate. Yeah, it's just one area on the map where the tigers are. You can actually hunt that entire, well, not the entire map, but half of that map, Sundar Patan, without touching the tigers. But that's the only place. Yeah, don't let that get you down. But I mean, I respect it. For whatever reason, you weren't thrilled about it. No worries, my friend. We can't please everybody. We do try. I know they're a very popular addition to the game. But, it's not for everybody. What happened to the angler streams? Nature, I honestly, my friend, I was put on to Hunter full time. It was a decision that was made on the higher up level, and nothing to do with myself. It was just myself and Patricia. We had to move the team about a little bit because, you know, the angler came out. Our entire community team was focused on the new game and trying to help it find its place and do that sort of thing. And as a result, we kind of weren't spending the time we needed to on the Hunter. And let's face it, the Hunter, man, this is like, come on, you know. So yeah, that's the only reason. AW, can we please make Wisconsin Hunter call the wild map? That would be pretty cool. Love to hear what you'd like to see on that. Late in New England, Yukon, SRP, Mississippi, but any other map? No, I wouldn't. Oh, what was that for you, man? I missed the whole conversation happening there. What up, Mr. McTube? Mr. Tree Kiwi, my man. Yeah, well, your ears must have been itchy. I probably mentioned you half a dozen times this stream. I guess you heard that. We'll have to catch up, my friend. But yeah, I'll be coming a week later than originally anticipated. Just, you know how things go. Things get moved around. Whatever fits best. I'll chat at you later. Should have a hunting trip giveaway for buying the next expansion to go hunting with you somewhere in the world. Oh, let's go. I'm down for that. You're hired. I would love that. I would absolutely love that. That would be quite incredible. Could you imagine if we timed that together with the release of a new reserve where it's, you know, our reserves are obviously our brainchilds, but they are based off actual locations. They give us the inspiration, and, you know, we try to draw from the local cultures and stuff like that. That would be an extremely fun experience. I would love that. I would love that. I'm very locked into my hunting here in old British Columbia, and I need to expand. That sounds like a great way to get to know the community too. You imagine that? That would be a lot of fun. Yeah, I mean, go make some noise about that in the Discord. I don't know what would happen if everybody got behind that. Just saying. Oh, goodness. Squirrels and catapults would be fun, for the love of Pete. You want to stick a squirrel in a catapult? What do we say here? Other ways to hunt that I'm not aware of. What up, MD? How you doing, my man? We're going to go hunt it for sure. We just need to put that time aside. 100%, TK. 100%, brother. You know, we keep threatening each other with a good time. I'll either get you out here, or I'll get an extra week tagged onto a trip out there somehow, and we have to make that happen. You know. Good to see you, my man. Good to see you. Mr. Wurtowski, what's going down, brother? Hey, Jaxie, appreciate the scopes and sights. But is there any talk of just letting us buy the reticles so we can swap for free instead of paying every time we want to switch? I'm not going to lie to you. This is a topic of conversation right now. You know, did we nail it right off the hop? Maybe for some, but we've heard that. We've heard that. It is a bit of a pain when you want to swap them around and such. You know, it's a tough one. It's a tough one. Maybe we reduce the price a little, like in how it's done. You know, maybe you buy it and it's on that scope until you don't, which is currently kind of the deal. You're saying just unlock them. Yeah, tough one, because you're paying to have you know, a customization done, right? So if you went into the store, you would pay every time you had your site altered. I think it was sort of the design idea, but give us your thoughts in Discord. Let us know what you think. Put your suggestions out there and give the team some more ideas and angles directly from the community. Is always something I like to recommend with our folks. Yeah, it's not a bad idea. I only know a few words, but nothing more. Oh, what did I miss? I missed something. Snail Ratchet, how you doing, brother? Catapult in the UK, a slingshot North America. Here I'm picturing sending these little guys into the stratosphere. I'm sorry. Forgive me. You know, it might only be first thing in the morning, but I'm coming off a long weekend and I'm still in the mood. Yeah, slingshots would be an interesting form of hunt, hey? They would for something like a squirrel, and maybe you could even include rabbits into that, right? That could be a lot of fun. It's interesting. we've had requests over the years for, you know, like a primitive style hunting pack. Spears and slingshot would fit right into that. It could be an interesting addition to the game. Finally managed to get time to watch these streams again. So happy. Miss Beard's humor. Apologize in advance, Dinas, but thank you for coming and hanging out, my friend. We miss you, brother. Good to see your name out there in chat. Welcome, my dude. Can we have mallards to Hirschfelden or do a different map so you can hunt mallards in fields or big flocks of snow geese? I mean, you can currently, but not mallards, obviously. Not mallards on Hirsch. That's the original Augustus's map, which is always kind of fun to head out there. Especially if you're a longtime player, getting a little nostalgic, because you have other options now. There's not a lot of greatness hanging around my my map here. We'll run through, see what we can scare up, and we're just going to take a look over here, and then we'll bounce up. We're just going to keep moving around a little today while we're chit-chatting. Just trying to get a feel for my Leighton now. It's been a while since I've spent any good amount of time on here. Really since the last big shuffle we had. Still like to see you bring Patricia and Vivi on hunts or on your return trip. Oh, so like when I go back there and actually do a stream from Sweden, you're suggesting, yeah, that would be pretty cool. I do know it's going to be an action-packed week, which is why I don't believe there will be a weekly stream for that. And there might not be one for the following week because it looks like I might not be coming home till Monday. And I'm gonna need a day or two to recoup if that's the case. So we'll have to see. We will have to see. I've got a minute suggestions. Unfortunately, good suggestions get bogged down by all the map threads. Then I'm going to separate that. Just have some section for map ideas. Don't worry. I can actually understand that. Telsky, I can understand it because people are pretty passionate about the maps they want to see in the game and what they can bring and such. I had music queued up. There it is. But rest assured, when we go through, you know, once we've recorded the maps, honestly, we record the ideas, we'll go back occasionally to see if there was anything added to it. But for the most part, once it's recorded, you know, we're skimming over those and we're finding the new ones and ones that we haven't seen yet. That's very climatic. So don't worry, it doesn't get buried on our end. We're looking for all the new stuff. Oh, we did have a mail over here. That's loud. I can't hear the game. Let's turn the game up and turn the music down. There we go. What do we got up there? Just the three who's not so happy about me seeing him. Off you go. Oh, they're just good friends, you know? They can barely handle each other's company. Let's see, Yucatan map. Oh my goodness, scale hunt. You know what? When I was in Mexico, I was in the Yucatan. We were actually in Playa de Carmen. And I just kept thinking to myself, whenever we were out and we were moving around in the buses and that sort of thing, and I'd get any glimpse of undeveloped areas, I thought this would make a really interesting hunt. No hills or anything. I found would make for an interesting search, an interesting hunt, so to speak. It's look at these guys. Love seeing the turkeys on here. It just feels right. Get out of here. I don't have a shotgun with me. I only have a 22. Oh man. Okay, so you're fleeing. We're gonna get back out to the water's edge. I want to see what's happening down over here. Oops. Attack helicopter? Probably not gonna happen. Cheers to Argentina. Hello. The end of the world. Oh, what a beautiful end it would be, my friend. Welcome. Oi! What the heck? Who and what is running me over? Was that that little male? Holy. It's the female. I tell you, sometimes. No hills, there's sure a lot of trees. A lot of trees. The landscape, it would be amazing. Oh, Fika, I'm sorry to hear that. Yeah, you know, everyone's entitled to their opinions. You know, the general consensus is it only gets better as time goes on. More content, more stuff added to it. But, you know, whatever time you play, you still got all those options in the game. Sorry to hear that. But to each their own. Could be flying squirrel. What's that? Small game DLC squirrel slingshots, blowguns? Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Well, much fun time. Oh, right on. I read that one already, Titus. My bad. Helicopter hog hunt. I did get it. I mean, maybe if it was like its own sort of little thing, that would be kind of wild. Yeah, it really would. Do you remember crossbows? Oh, crossbow DA. I have one crossbow. What am I saying? Do I remember crossbow DA? Like a person? No. If that's, I apologize if I should. I feel terrible. I have to forget what I just had for breakfast, so that's, not too unlikely. I mean, no disrespect. I would love to see some more crossbows in game. I'd actually really like to have like a reverse draw crossbow. It's one of my favorite in Classic. I've had a lot of fun with that over the years. Would be pretty cool. Definitely lots of options on weapons that could be added. It's hard to decipher what everybody would really want. Oh, here we go. I'm gonna bring this map back into sorts for myself because I'm really in that mindset of needing to go hunting, and that's when this game really shines for me. So what I'm doing right now is mostly going and collecting zones, spotting areas, seeing where my good activity is, and never know what you're gonna find up and around the corners, This music's really setting the tone right now. This is the main theme we're playing, I believe. It is. This is the main theme. Kind of cool to hear. There was a channel. I can't remember her name. It blew my mind. I'm sure some of you have seen it. This one was incredible. Incredible. She was playing, I think she was on a saxophone, and was nailing the tunes. I don't know where she got the music for it. I think she just has that ear and figured it out. And holy, it's on YouTube. I'll see if I can find it, maybe link it to the community later. Blew my mind. It just made the hairs on my skin stand up on end. Ah, yes. There's the sound, you'd love to hear a little more often in the real world. Off you go. We're not shooting yet. Not really anything here I'm too thrilled about. This is normally a great spot on my map. Oh, God, look out. Cover. Hi. How you doing? I don't even like looking at them because you're going to see a 3 and then feel like you have to shoot it. The music is really good. Reverse draw crossbows and hand crossbows would be great. I fully agree. More air rifles. Interesting. Forgot to bring water with me. I got a tickle in my throat. Love to have a render expansion and a long range pack would be very nice. Yes, absolutely. That would be a massive undertaking and a huge change to the game. It's something we'd love to do. Will it happen? I don't know. It's tough. I see our team talk about it, but it would require a whole rework. So maybe at some point in time, I don't want to burst your bubble, but I think we'll ever get the option to chat with gamers in-game without being in a lobby together. With friends in-game without being in a lobby together. Well, if you're on Xbox, you can do that through Xbox Live. Steam, you can do that through Steam. Direct messaging. If you're not in-game together, I'm not sure how that would play out on our end. I don't know, that's a good question. Not really something I've been presented with before to ask the team about, so I would just be theorizing. That's not a bad looking 3 over there. Many a diamond have come off this lake over the years. And up over there, that little hidden lake up top there is still surprisingly good. Deer and moose. Just gotta catch them at their off times. And it can be quite fun. But I used to have them all stand there. Okay, we're gonna move down. We're gonna scare this madam. Just a little guff. Silvertip bolts. Oh, are we talking something for Halloween now? Is that where that's going from? What do I have to get Jackson to hunt New England? We just did not that long ago, my friend. Yeah, we started this little moose expedition. Did we start? I can't remember if we started on NEM. or if it was Yukon. It was one of the two we started, then we went to the other. Then we're at Revenantuli last week. We'll go and we'll pop this guy. He's a good looking 3. Let's see how close we can get to this guy before he freaks out. He's a level 2. So obviously if it was a 5 there, he'd have been gone already. I should make a Florida reserve. You know, that's actually a conversation we've had a few times in here, and I love where it leads every time. But we would definitely need, like, seriously, we'd have to be able to hunt some gar with a bow, and you know, I think that would be an absolute must. But we've already got the makings for it, you know. I mean, really, at the end of the day, it wouldn't be too far-fetched from Mississippi, right? Obviously, it'd be a completely new map. Bass Brass says, Spencer World's a map with whitetail hogs, black bear, elk, waterfowl, small upland bird, like a mix of Ohio, PA, the big game ranch mix with bison, wild boar, hybrids, feral pig, everything. I'd put it into Discord, my friend. It sounds like a fun map. So, I mean, it's a lot of what we already have in game too. I know a lot of asks we get these days seem to be maps in areas where, you know, we don't have the species and such. And it's, I'll be honest with you, it's a risk for us. Like New England mountains, when that came out, excuse me, I really have a tickle in my throat. When that came out, we received some criticisms that, yeah, great location, beautiful map, but it's all copy and pasta, right? All copy and paste animals. Well, you know, we took a risk and we wanted to bring that location in. It was all part of our plan on how we wanted to flesh areas out. It's tough to please everybody, right? But in a map like you've suggested, I would love that. Mainly for the map, for the location. That's why I like New England mountains, for the location. And it's got some of my favorite species in game. But that's what we would face if we were to do something along those lines. Not saying we wouldn't, because I know that there's, you know, at some point, there's only so many species to hunt in the world. You know what I'm saying? And it's only so many popular species as well. That's another thing to consider, right? So those are all things we have to look at. I think that would make a great map. I'm not gonna lie. All right, so what do we got going over here? He's about 150 out. That's a good looking 3. I don't know, man, I'm rusty. I don't get the hours in like I used to. We can see, we can try and crack-a-lack it. We've got, what do I have with me? I changed my load up a little on this hunt. I got the 22 243. I brought the Malmer 7mm. And I still have the 300 meg tactical for that big oomph. The reason I have the Malmer is in case we come across any whitetails and we want to take those as well. But we could crack this guy with the big boy here. 100. Look at the zoom in on that. You know, it's impressive. It really is compared to the... This is the Odin I'm using. Let's just go ahead and put a shot out there. We'll put a follow-up. That one, he should be right down. That was a heart, right? Did he drop right there? Yeah. Yeah, okay. We'll go around, pick him up, then we'll jump areas, and we'll keep the reconnaissance going. Yeah? What about it? I know somebody at home just said, what skin is he rocking? Well, let me tell you. It's the Easter skin. One of my favorite in game. A whole map with Tibetan fox. That just sounds like a big meme, doesn't it? I mean, come on. That is absolutely the sassiest freaking animal we've added to the game. I love it. It's just got that look on its face. Amazing addition. So when are we getting a new trophy lodge? I am. That's a tough one. Although it doesn't look like you can hear my reply. What happened there? Oh, listening only. Okay, gotcha. Well, you can hear me. You just can't see me. That's okay. That's probably a better choice anyways, my friend. Good question. Good question. You know, that's a very kind of niche thing to add to our game, or at least that's how it's looking, is, you know, just in the last survey alone, it got 5% of the vote for the newest edition. I was very hopeful, my friends. I need y'all to get behind that a little more. Prehistoric map hunting trick. T-Rex. Nice. Is there a way we could add blue-winged teal to Mississippi? I mean, anything is possible. I really have to urge, it's something I like to say to our community often, because backfill's a very popular option, right? But when we do a backfill, that means we have to reduce some others. We can only keep so many animals on a map albeit digitally. We still have constraints that we have to follow. So, you know, what do you want to lessen, right? You know, take a little bit off each species, so you shouldn't really feel it. But I do like to stress that that's my own personal thing, because I think a lot of the maps, the way they are, I'm more along the lines of thinking I like to see new things come to new maps. But I do think that would be a nice fit. I've heard that often. Mississippi does need more waterfowl. I mean, I know it's a very big thing in that part of the world to hunt. So there we'll go. Look, it's not a melanistic that I'm gonna accidentally claim. I don't know what happened last stream. That totally was my evil twin out to sabotage me. All right, well that's about all that's happening up here. Old Renaki, not doing now. Do I want to start my stroll here? Before we do that, let's just pop around a few locales and take a look here. Chopper, what's cracking, man? I'm doing great, thank you. You did enjoy the Halloween event all those years ago. And that was before my time. Well, I played the Halloween event. It was before I worked with Expansive Worlds. And I know the hopes were always to bring those types of events, but it became a real risk, because there were a lot of people that didn't do the events. And the only way we could bring them was by patching them in and out. It would be nice to move to a launcher at some point, if that could ever happen. Because you put it up against Africa or Asian map. Survey was like, no, it didn't say anything about Africa or Asia map. It was literally, what would you like to see more? And it was new maps, new weapons, and then a whole bunch of options. And Trophy Lodge was right there. I did the survey too. Is there anything that you can hint about that might come to the game in the future? No, unfortunately, I can't really give you guys anything, because we have to line everything up and make sure that we're gonna. Oh, it's a bunch of females, one male. Okay. And yeah, I can't ruin the work that everybody puts in by me spoiling it, but we do have some very interesting times ahead of us. We're going to throw you guys for a loop. You guys will not be expecting. That's all I'm going to say. I'm excited. And I'm like, oh, Beard, you're always excited. Well, I'm not always excited. I'm excited. But there's different levels of excitement, okay? Like, the Beard meter right now, the beard is standing on end. I'm that excited for what's coming, so I think you guys will be very pleased with it, with the stuffs and things. But I can't give you anything yet. I'm sorry. I'm genuine. My Canadian heart apologizes. Sorry, let's see here. Do we want to crack? It's a small 3. I'm not too worried about it. Let's go see if there's anything out here. I have some nice whitetail on this end of my map, but they're probably by now. I should have maybe changed the time. Let's do that. I'll put it to 1 in the afternoon. Just so that way we've got enough time to finish rotating around the areas here real quick, just to see what we got, see if there's anything funky. I do know I have seen, and that was a weird one. It was in and amongst here where I picked the track up, and I think I pushed it around. It was down here. It was right here. I think I pushed it up this way. I have to go take that, but it was a potential level down diamond, which I probably should go and chase down. Let's go ahead and change our time here. It's fun to get back into reserves. You spent a lot of time in the past. Here, let's go ahead. 12:48. That sounds good. They should mostly be at their zones at that time, because I know that moose don't travel as far as, say, whitetails. In our game, they don't seem to. So that could lead for an interesting situation. Oh man, this makes me want to go hunt Savannah. Is that what we're playing right now? Yeah, we're playing for Hunga Savannah Reserve. If you are like myself and you really quite appreciate the music within our game, you can go find it on Spotify. We've updated. We've got all but I think there might be a couple still not on the list, but the majority have made it over now. Yeah, we've only got 10, so we don't have every. What are we missing? I'd have to go through and figure out what we're missing there. Get a Canada map. Jaxie has to be the warden. Oh, no. Yeah. Do you know how embarrassed I am this year? Okay, I had multiple hunts that I was planning with my buddies, with our group that we hunt with, only to find out that my PAL expired. Yeah, that expired. So PAL is your personal acquisition license in Canada. That's what you need for to own a gun. And yeah, mine expired. So, you know, I already applied, but it's minimum 3 months. It's pretty much I lose my hunting season. So, don't know what sort of awarding I would make. I didn't realize it was this year. What do we see here? Problem with this game is that the same animals are repeated. There is no change in weight or location. The bears do not attack you, but rather run away from you. Hope update fix. Oh, well. Huh. You know, it's tough to get it right for everybody. Okay, so that's your thoughts and opinion, but then I'll hear from somebody else. They don't like how aggressive the animals have been made. So there's a very hard balance when it comes to animal aggression. And, you know, at the end of the day, it's about the hunt, not necessarily about, you know, getting mauled, although that does add to the hunt. I'm really happy that we have aggression, you know, added on the likes of moose and such. Bear, I think maybe the brown bear could be a little more aggressive, although it's very easy to get them to attack. You just need to get in close and surprise them. Black bears aren't aggressive. They're just not. They can be at time of year. You know, we've had problems with them in the bush, but all in all, they're scared. They run away. So I don't know. I guess everyone's entitled to their opinion. The weight does change, absolutely 100%. That's part of the trophy process, but the visualization of the animal does not. And that's partly due for performance and other reasons, but we've all longed for a true size update. And I think that's pretty unanimous amongst the community. We'd love to see that, just like we had true racks and stuff added. And maybe that is something that could be added to the game. But, you know, to take time to do that, you take away from other things, and then it becomes prioritizing what the community wants, right? It's a tough one. Yeah. But, yeah, to each their own. To each their own. I'm, you know, maybe I'm impartial to it. I quite enjoy the hunts myself. Hey, right on, Crow Fighter. Happy birthday, my man. Congratulations. You made it another year. Right on, brother. Last stream was funny. I was shocked you didn't keep it or even go back for it. Yeah, you know what, honestly, Monica, I've hunted moose more than anything. I've had an absolute ton of rare moose. Melanistic being a little more rare than the piebalds, I will admit. If it had a bit of bigger trophy, I might have. But, you know, these things happen, man. You kind of let them go as time goes on. You know, you carry on. You also have to understand, I mean, I've got 6,000 plus hours, but more than that when you tally all my accounts. I work in the company, work with designers, work with our team. I live and breathe this stuff, so I get a little forgetful on stuff like that at times because I'm always in front of it, you know. I felt a little silly not taxiing it. It was yeah. I kind of want to go. It's a tough call. Do we want to take the time and go and explore? You do get some decent meese up and around here, but just want to watch that. And watch them moose walk away for days. Where I really want to go is through here, though. So let's do that. Let's go and take the long way through. We got enough time. We're only doing an hour today. I'm going to be straight. I woke up with a terrible bloody headache. You know, and the thought's always there. Come on. I know any of you that work, you've thought about it. Oh, should I call it off today? But I you know, man, there's days where I've had to. This was not one of those. I could make it through. You know, it affects you a little, but it is what it is. Stupid headaches. I think Mexican whitetail should look slightly different, way different, and drink at different times than the ones, but I'm perfectly fine. Same game's sake. Yeah, you know, and developers. Look, I'm just gonna go out on a limb, and some of our folks might not like to hear it, but developers love to reuse stuff. Okay, that is because when they do that, they can make progress in other areas that absolutely need attention. So when oh, jeez, man, I almost hurt myself on these tiny little rock cliffs. So on something like, you know, a map, like they do have whitetail, but they have the coos deer down there as well. And maybe at some point coos gets added. And, you know, there are little differences, like in the moose, for instance, on Yukon, compared to moose here on Layton, are also quite different looking IRL, you know, for where they are in the regions. But in game, you know, you really have to pick your battles, right? You really do. It's very easy as you know, especially real life hunters playing the game, or us just as gamers, it's really easy for us to critique and go, this should be like this should be like this. But, you know, at the end of the day, some changes putting time into take away from other things, right? So I know that there's reasons why decisions are made along that route. I do appreciate, though, when I hear folks who have an understanding that, yeah, you know, it's a minor detail. It would be nice. It would. But at the end of the day. Jackson, if you can decide on which map to come to Hunter Color Wild, which country would it be? Oh, I'm going to get in trouble for this. Wow. Okay, but just like, let me talk over here. For the love of Pete, man, everyone wants their 15 seconds of Hunter fame. It would honestly be another Africa map. I want nothing more myself than the big five in this game. I guess it's my biggest ask. It is my biggest wish. You know, I'm forever saying it whenever I get an opportunity with anyone from the team. Oh, well, you know, I mean, Africa 2.0. And they want to do it too. I know that for a fact. It's just there's so many things that need to be done and stuff to be worked on. It all has to align, right? But yeah, that's what I would ask for. I cannot tell a lie. All right, let's go ahead and get a little meat in our freezer here. Oh, it's a little closer. We'll give it a little love. Right in that pocket. We'll let you go. Just go and pick that up. That'll carry us into the other area. And maybe there's something running over here. Maybe there was something we missed, but I think right. Let's go pick that up. Imagine stalking in on a giant brocket deer or a large Yucatan whitetail dense rainforest in Yucatan. I would love that. You know, it's because of the and less than. It's definitely not the most popular opinion, but I think the prettiest, one of the most immersive maps that we have is New England Mountains. It just the way it moves. It's not, you know. I won't say it's harder to hunt drink times because of that whole river complex. It's just the blend and the way it all comes together. I love it. It is such an incredible hunt when you can get behind it. So something that's an immersive hunt like Yucatan, I couldn't even imagine. Like, what a great experience that was. You know, it's entirely possible to get elephants or giraffes. You know, honestly, any of the big five, any species is possible to come to the game. It's just, can we get behind bringing it? You know, tigers were a tough one. I know the team really wanted to do something. They wanted a wow factor for the community, and tigers have been requested, you know, over the years. Certainly not to the volume of the big five, because obviously real life hunters want the unicorns of the world in there. The unicorns of hunting. We're gonna pick that up. Let's get. But yeah, no, I mean, it's entirely possible. You love NEM. You're standing for a PA map. I'm with you, Caitlin. I'm with you. You know, there's some locales that I would love to add that would be copy and paste, but for the immersion, for that hunt, you know, there's certain things we don't really have in the game. I like to draw off of some of my most memorable real life hunts. There's one spot that we go to that, so for anyone who's familiar with British Columbia, we hunt a lot in the Okanagan. Okanagan's gorgeous. And there's a lot of areas that just aren't developed. There's lots of wildlife, and you know, then it's dotted by all these beautiful little towns. Right outside of a Soyuz, okay, if you go up the big hill in a Soyuz, there is some great spots up there. There's one where there's an old homestead. I mean, it's just been shot to no end. Honestly, people have used it for shooting practice. But you can actually sit in it. The animals are used to it, so it works as a big blind. And it opens onto this big field, and to the right of us, it opens into a massively used game trail. There's actually a fence that runs on the side of that greenscape. So if you follow through the brush, there's a fence, and the animals know it. So they avoid the fence because it's a little taller. The idea is because if they pass that fence, they're heading towards the highway. So you'll find that here and there in a lot of those areas. Just fences sort of here and there. But it actually helps sort of steer them. And it's made for one of the best game trails I've ever sat in front of. We've seen so much action just move right in front of us. And you know, at times it's been nonstop. You know, like unbelievable. And I would love those funnels in game. I would love some locales that just allow for, you know, to be able to set up a blind and sit in that blind and just have action moving through there. Not depicted by drink times and such. Just more that experience. That's what I would love to see come to the game. Is hunting experiences, because I can list off about half a dozen spots that we go to. They're not, you know, it's not that we've pulled the most out of those areas, but we see a lot of action. We see a lot of movement, and you know, that can be hard at times, man. Sometimes you go out for a hunt, you don't see a damn thing. There should be a game where you can hunt and fish. Yeah, I know, it would be pretty cool. It would. It would. I mean, so like, let's talk about that for a second. I want to know your guys' thoughts, because, like, for real, it's a conversation that's happened many a time. Obviously, there was a conversation that happened before I started with the team. When I started with the team, I learned of the secret of the time that was the angler, as it was forming up. I saw it come to fruition. But you know, there were conversations that happened. You know, do we add fishing to the hunter? And obviously they decided not to, because they wanted more detail. They wanted to flesh it out more. Bam, are you just going to stand here? He's low sense. Like, she's freaking out now. She's only a level 1. Which means she's deaf and blind. You going to run at me? Okay. Off you go. Okay. This little cubby we're about to walk into used to be one of my favorite spots on Lee. Back when the crossbows came out, got my first diamond with the crossbow on that release day. Awesome. But yeah. You keep them separated. Yeah, like, I think if it were to ever come to the Hunter Call of the Wild, it would be more like a mini game, something to kind of pass the time. I don't think it would be like as serious as it is in the angler. It certainly wouldn't be that developed here, because I know there was always the concern about it taken away from, like, the fishing could take away from the hunting. Wouldn't want that. There's a big risk there. Like, if you had as much going on under the water as you do going on in these trees, right? Worrying about optimizing game performance and just if things go wrong with one to affect the other. I think that was probably the decision at the time that was made. I know I've heard discussions about this as to why we went with the angler. But so I don't think you would get the same experience, nowhere near the same experience fishing, but it would still be kind of cool to be able to walk up here and pull a rod out and toss a line in the water. I have got into the bush, knowing where we're heading at times. We have taken some rods with us. You know, like when it gets too dark that you can't see down your scope, but you're waiting for your buddy to come and get you down the road, it's great to drop a line in the water, right? Then you got something, a little treat at the end of the day over the campfire. What? What flat cap? What are you saying, brother? What did I miss? What's a weird hair product? I'm missing something. There are spots roll we, but it's not designed the same. We don't have any funnels of game trails like you would see. Like, I could take you out for a real hunt and lead you through some spots where you just wouldn't want to get up. You'd be like, nope, I'm sitting here until it's dark. You know, when you see all that, all the trail, all the scat, all the freaking... Yeah, man. Trail cams would be cool. No news yet on what's coming, Zidon, but soon, my friend. Catching bass while popping white-tailed top tier would be pretty cool, Bleezy. It would. It would be fun. I'm not gonna lie. I would like to see something like just a little mini game. You know, a little mini game would be fun. The angler hit your old GPU like a brick. Oh, you're kidding. Dang, I don't want to ask what you had, my man. Classic, yes, RB. Classic did have some good funnel spots. Okay, we need to run and get around here. Used to have them all lined up here. I didn't expect them, though. Let's see, what time is it? 13. Oh, man, the time flies on this map. Holy. We're good till 1600, right? 16? Yeah. Pointer bird dog, when? Oh, is it that time of the stream where we start at all of our asks? So far we got trail cabs, bird dogs, new map, Although I'm with you. I think trail cams would be great. I think it would be a really fun experience. I'm an immersive hunter. So I'd really like to have a trail cam right now going bing, 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 pull this out. Oh, what's going on? And it shows me my trail cam over on the far side of the lake over here. It's got action. Yeah, I think that would be a lot of fun. England didn't like your 1650. That's understandable, right? Your 1650, that's a 4 gig card. That's, I mean, in all fairness, yeah. That's hard to run modern games. I feel you there, Caitlin. I feel you. Whereas my son, he has my old 1080 Ti. Runs it like a champ. I actually just helped a buddy of mine. Those you don't know, I'm really big into building PCs. I'm more a hardware guy, not so much the software guy. And I just actually had a buddy who built a PC, but didn't want to spend a whole lot of money. He went with the 1080 Ti. He managed to find a Founders, which has 1 more gig. Right? Yeah, so that was pretty cool. He found a Founders used. And he picked it up, and he's rocking it, man. 1080 Ti. Yeah, you don't have all the ray tracing and such, and if you're a streamer, you don't have all the NVIDIA support, which is pretty dang amazing. But it as a gamer, plays absolutely everything on Ultra. They added new animals to Classic. You heard a rumor. Shelminator, I don't know where those rumors would start. Nothing to my knowledge, but I'm very removed from Classic these days. I don't know where they're at. I don't know what's happening. I get a lot of my information on Classic when you guys do. So I'm not sure. Welcome, Teak. How you doing? Welcome. Late's fine. No worries. Better late than never. We're just having more chit-chat today. Like I've shot like 1 animal. Just having a good little roundabout here. And we're talking about a few dreams and aspirations right now. Let me just take let's see. It's more of a laid back stream today, which is quite nice. I was supposed to be leaving this Friday. It sure looks like a bear in the woods right there, doesn't it? It just from here, well, maybe you guys don't see it the same as me. That dark spot right there. Anyways, we're almost around to where we will start seeing them moose. I don't know if we'll catch a glimpse. Come on. Oh, yep. Okay, we'll see. Maybe we'll catch a glimpse of something good. This is far-fetched, but would love to hunt with a spear, like the tin guy in a tree. And we were just talking about that earlier. There has been a lot of requests over the years for a primitive-style hunting DLC. I wouldn't be surprised if the team said, you know what, they want it, let's give it to them. I don't know how it would go over with the majority of the community. I'd pick it up, right? Just to try something new and something different. What about you? Is that it? Here, let's just get a good look, see? Start shooting things. I'm going to dip too low. Maybe if I move off to the side over here and circle back to them. They're a good little ways out. I can run for a moment. Got a laptop on Amazon Prime Day, July 5, with a 4050 in it. 4050. Well, the 50 series, on any of the platforms, you just got to be careful. They don't like to run a lot of, just because it's not as many gigs, right? But a 40 series, man, that's pretty good. That's a nice deal. Yeah, that'd be all right. They have the opposite problem. 4070 Ti, no ray tracing. What? 4070s have ray tracing. Yep, they have all them new goodies. 4070 is a really nice card. It's a really good go-to. They're very cheap for what you get. It's wild. You can get them here for like $7.99 was the last one I saw. That is a bloody steal for that performance. Just wild. All right, let's go ahead and reach out and touch some lung. Where's my Melmer? Hold on. What am I on for my Melmer? Slot 3? Yeah. Oh, I am so in love with these scopes. I really am. Okay, so you're not quite 300, but let's give a little love shot in there. It'll be a single lung, but that'll put him down. It'll be a single... Thank you. Oh, I hear you calling my name. Ever had any weird experiences while IRL hunting? Oh, man, don't get me into that. Oh, yes. A couple unexplainable things, too. That's not something I can talk on here. I need to do my own stream. I plan when I come back from Sweden, moving towards Christmas, to fire my channels back up you know, I had an agreement a long time ago with the company that I could stream would be during my day. But I always felt bad because I was on the books. But I've also come to realize I work outside normal hours. I put in way more hours than I should. So they're still pretty cool to my understanding. That's something I can tell on my own channel. It's not something I'm going to do on the EW ones here. Good card, 16 gig VRAM. It's nice. Great light rendering. Yeah, it's a great one, but oh, Call of the Wild does it. Yeah, no ray tracing on this one. That's right. Would be nice though. I would love to. I mean, it still looks good, but I would love a little extra oomph added to it. I think we would all agree to that. What are you doing? Nope. Don't think we got a hold of that at all. All right, that's fantastic. I'm just trying to move them out of the way. Wasn't a great 3 anyways. Holy. Let's go and find our kill zone, pick up tracks, and we'll pick this up. Can you use the breach loader for a bit? I'd love to see it in action. I can't right now because we're actually done. But next stream, if you like, that would be a great hunt. You don't have to twist my rubber arm. But let me see how it goes because I should be live next Tuesday. I'll confirm this, so keep your eyes peeled. Make sure you're following us across our socials. You're in the Discord group. We always put a notification out there. Oh, that was the one I just cracked, but you're not. There's the one we want. There's the lung butter. Lung butter, baby. Okay, get after this. No, this. Over here. Yep, there you go. I'm not sure. I know nothing about classic. I don't know, my friend. I really don't know. Reach out and touch lung. Boom, 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 boom. I'm with you. I'm with you, Flat Cap. That's like, I can't begin to tell you how many times I sang that. It's all agreed. If it goes back to his channel, we'll bug about new stuff for the game. That's the hardest part. I became Jaxie Beard EW. I feel like I've lost my identity as just the old Jaxie over there. It's part of the reasons why I didn't get my own thing going for some time. It just became an extension of a work stream. And I always felt, you know, like I had to behave a certain way. You know what I mean? So, yeah, that's okay, though. I love what I do. Let's see. Hunter is classic. They have some issues with some bugs. So I do know a little bit about that. With what happened. I know they had their the summer fiesta was canceled because there was too much of a risk. They were having an issue. There were some conflicts and some things that just weren't working out. So rather than deliver a terrible experience, I know it was very regretful that one didn't go through, but that was related to the summer fiesta. I don't know anything about the Halloween event. I don't think they've ever missed one. I'd be surprised. If they did, it would be with a very heavy heart, I can guarantee that. But I doubt it. I don't think they'll miss it, but we'll see. We'll see. Anyways, my friends, I'm going to let you go on that one. It was just a fun little hunt today. Next week will be, I'll confirm it, but we should be live next Tuesday. That'll be right before my trip. And then it'll be the following week that we will most likely be giving a miss to. But until then, my friends, make sure you're following across the socials. We will be sharing sooner rather than later. We've got a lot to cover, man. It's going to be a whole lot of fun. And just one more update, as I got asked again, the Apex Hunter comp will be pushed back. Looks like we're going to be shooting for the end of January, early February of 2025. And that's just to allow us more focus on the craziness to come. And you guys will fully understand as things get crazy. Thank you for joining me today. Much love from your bearded brother and everybody in Expansive Worlds. I hope to see you all through the community throughout the week. Until next week, my friends, may your aim be true. And I am going to leave it on that note. Much love.